Desire is the proof that you already are what you want to be. So stop looking out there for evidence. Hi, I'm Amy. This is Awakening with Amy. Have you ever noticed that when a desire comes to us, usually it makes us feel like we're lacking something? But what if the opposite is true, that every desire is evidence of what you already possess, and it's only awaiting that recognition? That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to break down desire in this video like we never have before. So welcome. We all get stuck on the appearances. It's easy to do because all of this manifesting stuff is so confusing when you try to think about it rationally. This endeavor, learning Neville's teachings and Bashar and everybody else, and Nikola Tesla and everybody that says it's a vibrational universe, is not a rational process. So if you want practicality, maybe turn the video off, because today we're going to show you how every single desire that you could ever have, no matter what it is, it's already yours. It doesn't mean anything went wrong or that you lack anything when a desire comes to you. It's just a misunderstanding, a misidentification with who you are. Somebody recently asked me, that's what inspired this video today, so thank you. You know who you are. She asked me, how do I believe in my desire when the evidence shows me the opposite? And my answer to her was, that evidence that you say is there means nothing, and it does nothing without you saying so. I said, it's all circumstantial. You're the one that gives meaning to everything. That is the key. Once you get that, everything opens up and changes, because she was coming from that identity that he's with somebody else. How can I make him love me again? This was an ex situation. They were in a relationship, they got out of a relationship, and now she's trying to get him back. And I said, from that identity, who are you being? You're trying to change a part of creation. I said, you do not change that potential. What you do is, instead of trying to fix and feel that something's lacking within you, understand that desire to be with him means it's already within you, or you couldn't desire it. It's just a different identity, a different vantage point, a different belief system, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. I said, so the version of you that has him isn't trying to get him. I said, so what does that feel like? Who are you? Because beliefs are not meant to be something that you struggle to adopt. And beliefs are not something that come after proof. Like Wayne Dyer said back in the day, he said, you'll see it when you believe it. As within, as you are within, so you will see without. The proof comes after. After what? After you believe that you are that person, or that desire couldn't come to you, for whom and through whom that urge, that divine urge to be in that relationship is already real. It's about you, not about him, not about the others, not about the circumstantial evidence, meaning what it looks like right now. It's about, are you loving that version of you, or you're feeling something's missing, so you're trying to make something happen? I hope this is making sense, because this is so huge. It's about redirecting, rearranging your view of yourself, knowing when you know that every desire comes to you with its plan of fulfillment already within you, that is showing you your connection to source energy, to your higher self. But when you're looking out there in the physical world for proof and evidence before you really surrender to that desire, really believe in it, really assume it and claim it to be true for you, then you're coming from a person that I am not yet who I want to be. And I hate to oversimplify Neville Goddard's teachings, but in he constantly says in thousands and thousands of different ways, you already are that. Who you want to be. It's only your refusal to believe it that you don't see it, meaning you're not convinced. You're convinced that the outer world has to show you proof before you can be that person that's in a loving relationship. Really, the real relationship, the one relationship where every other relationship comes from is your relationship between you and the higher you and source energy. That is the source and cause, your consciousness. And by consciousness, Neville meant and said in his books, all you consent and agree to be true. It's your own reality. So desire doesn't ever come from lack or need. It comes from when you really understand what a desire is, it comes from a divine urge to experience more of what you already are. To desire a state is to have it, and by state is meant identity. It's a whole purpose of life, to be more and more and more, to expand, to hold on to nothing. So there's a parable that Neville talks about. It's in 2 Kings 3. And I'm just going to paraphrase it. I'm not going to say the exact words, but through Elijah the prophet, there's 3 kings and their armies in the desert, and they're dying of thirst. No water, no rain in sight. And Elijah the prophet asked God for help. And the response from God, from infinite intelligence that we're all one with, said, you dig this valley full of ditches. You will not see wind nor rain, but dig ditches and you will drink. Now, understand that these parables, I'm talking about the metaphysical reason, behind it, not anything religious ever. So the spiritual substance, the faith in the unseen reality, the energy that you as creator and source is the water, is the rain. Imagine, think about it. To the rational mind, if you read that parable word for word, it would make 0 sense. So what's the bigger meaning? It's the symbolism that spiritual substance is believe in your fulfillment, go to that end, and you will drink. But you don't see the evidence before, the proof comes after. And how you know who you're being is your reactions to life. Now, this is not about monitoring and judging right and wrong. Every emotion you have, every feeling you only ever have is a result of a story you're telling yourself, of not the thoughts themselves. They're not creative. It's the second thought, the story that you create from those thoughts and those emotions. So use them as guidance instead of buying into them. Like Bruce Lee said, he says, the purpose of life is to know yourself. And once you know yourself, you transcend fear. You transcend all those changing thoughts and feelings and circumstances. The closer you are to your source, to the having, to desire a state, to desire anything is to have it, the better it feels. The further away, the more it feels like effort and struggle and confusion. That's as simply as I can put it. That's how you know. But the whole key is you're new in every moment. Keep telling yourself that. Stop holding on to the old stories. Let them just be there and use them to choose again. Feel everything. Think whatever you want to think. Do whatever you want to do. But the only question is when you find yourself in that quagmire of how, how can I believe this? Or is this even possible? That's your reasoning mind that will never, the answer's never in there. It's in your heart. The heart just feels and knows the truth. And when the two become one, meaning you consult the heart and let the other thoughts that are contrary, or the circumstances that are contrary, when you just leave them be there and you consult your heart, you can feel the connection and the love that you are. When you love your desire, it feels light. When you're lacking your desire, it feels heavy. So that's why chasing anything or searching feels exhausting and frustrating. And I get it. I know. I've been there. And asking the physical world to prove to you before you can really own it backfires. Because, like John Wheeler said, there's no out there. And like the Matrix said, there's no spoon, meaning there's no objective reality without you. Without it's subject to you. You get to give it all meaning. So, nothing outside of you has any authority. No past story, no thought, no feeling, no present circumstance, nothing. So when you say you've imagined it and that you persisted, remind yourself, when Neville talked about living from the end, he meant persist in your good. Just like the kings, the three kings, dying of thirst. They're dying to know who they are. They're dying to know their connection. That's why they feel the thirst for the knowledge, for the truth. The evidence wasn't out there. The desert there was no water in sight. And God said, dig the ditch anyway. You asked me and I already gave it to you. Now claim that. Because the universe, the God, can only give you what you first give yourself. The only thing that ever denies you anything is yourself. So living from the end, again, means persist in your good. Feel the negative thoughts. Feel the fear. Feel the doubt and rise above it. Know you're bigger than any circumstance, any thought or feeling. The end of longing, Neville Goddard said, is being. And I know it feels so easy, but being is your natural state. It only feels normal for you to struggle. But you have to decide once and for all, it's never about how or when or where or why. It's about the who, and that who is you, and that is new in every now moment. I'm so grateful and thankful that you're here. Thank you so much for liking and sharing the video. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for subscribing. And until next time, see you soon.